Alrighty, guys. Doing the back testing session, and I'll look at the charts. They should be opening up here in a few hours, and I'll run through my little charting session. At least what I want to see going into the week. Alrighty. So I just started this fresh one, just a 50K, and it is July. We're doing the month of July, 2023. I'll probably run through about a week right now. So right now the monthly is an interesting spot. Just looking at this right now. There's a monthly fair value gap that we are trading within right now, and we've already swept these highs here. So the next main targets are going to be these monthly highs. And on the weekly, got swing high here and do another fair value gap. So I'm going to mark this out. Ready? So yeah, we're going to see what price wants to do going into the open. I got it set right at New York Open on Monday. And I checked the news. It looks like we have ISM manufacturing PMI. So not looking at the data there, but 10 a.m. news. So kind of just see how that goes. Alrighty. We're in the monthly fair value gap. Also just traded back into a daily fair value gap and then push price higher. And so looking at this, could see some daily highs get taken here. Still going to be remaining bullish, especially on like a higher time frame. The daily is still bullish, and the 4-hour looks bullish as well. So what I might want to see here going into the open could potentially be tapping into this 4-hour fair value gap and then taking out these lows to then go higher. We'll see. Hourly looks pretty clean. Hourly fair value gap here. And zoom in here. The last few 4-hour close. Okay. So this candle will probably end up closing bearish. And so then this would be a day where I'd wait for 10 a.m. to hit. So the next 4-hour candle. And yeah, so this looks could be pretty clean here. Looks to be pretty clean. So yeah, let's run it. Okay. The London high is resting there. 30, 15. Alright, so I'm gonna let this start going. I'm gonna be taking pretty much just A+ setups only. So kind of the whole idea is I'm gonna do a month and only take 15 setups, give or take 10 to 15. Try and limit myself. Because I just did a test run where I took a trade every single day in a month. And the win rate was about 60 for that given month. It was June of 2023. And so yeah, we're just gonna see if I might have been forcing the trades a little too much. So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, put it to 2. And we're about right at open here. So I'd want to see some of these lows get taken potentially. Or some of these highs. I need to see some sort of manipulation here at open. Okay. This low's been swept. This is on the NASDAQ, and I can pull up the S&P as well to see if we have any SMTs. Looks like there's also a new week opening gap down here. I'll mark that out. Price could trade down into here, sweeping out some of these 4-hour lows. And then I don't think we're going to reach all the way down to this gap, but maybe there's a 15-minute gap. I mean, we have the new day opening gap. So if price already manipulated down, we might just run here. I need to wait a little bit, still very early into the morning. Scrolling through the other time frames, I mean, my daily target is this 474 level, but definitely be taking profits here at the London highs. although I do not have an entry model currently. A minute. Let's pull up the S&P while I wait here. Okay. S&P is actually looking more bearish right now. Have an SMT here. Looks like these lows got swept, so there is like a 5-minute SMT right now. On the 15-minute. These lows down here swept. There'd be the SMT. Yeah. Yeah, I like to put it to two seconds per tick here on the back testing. It helps me refine the entries, get sharper entries. And then when it's playing out, just like how market would open, it trains my brain to do the same thing going into open every single day and look for the same things and not hesitate when I know the setup's there, and to be patient when there's nothing presented to me. Because higher time frames, I'm extremely bullish. And we still have a lot of room to work up to these all-time highs over here. So I'm predicting this daily candle to close. Pretty bullish. Potential expansion move with the news push. Okay, price is selling off right now. But yes, I want to see if this SMT will stay intact. Same. So we're going to leave a fair value gap there, which would be nice. This would be the first presented fair value gap of the day. See if we can get an inverse off of this. So there's a larger time frame SMT down here. There's probably more of an internal SMT as well. Let's see here. Inverse this, get a change in the state up here. And so this would actually be a pretty good entry in my opinion. Let's see what was to run this. Okay, we got 2 hour fixed here. Okay, so I'm going to pause this for a moment. I want to see if there's a more internal SMT. Yep. So this low, we never swept these lows that got put in right at open. So we have the SMT here. And it would appear that actually the NASDAQ might be a little bit more lacking here. But we have the SMT inverse, change in the state. So I need to see a close above the change in the state. And then go from there. I have to take partials here, which is ideal, but maybe we get a close and a pullback to the entry. Still no close above the change though, so just being patient. This would be hourly lows here. Still like to wait to see 10 a.m. news. I'd like to see a body close above this change here. And then takes us. Okay, this never got tapped back into, so this could be solid. We could leave a breakaway gap here. I'm going to be looking to enter long. This setup looks nice. See how this candle closes. If I don't get the ideal entry, it's no worries. No candle close above the change quite yet. This could be this probably be the one though. If we get a slight pullback here, I think I'm gonna enter. This ready? Be risking about 0.5%. I want to see how this candle closes. Even if it's higher than the entry, I can fix the RR. I think this is gonna fly here. At this rate, I don't know if we'll get through a week, but we will see. This entry looks clean. I just want to see a little pullback here. Maybe retest of this low. Okay, I'm going long there. And then what is this? Yeah, that's 2. Yeah, that looks solid. Now I will speed this up and we'll see what happens with this. So, SMT, we had the manipulation, changing the state, inverse rally gap. Looks pretty clean. If we get stopped out here, this would be, I'd be fine taking this loss here. But now we have this here too, which would be a BPR, balanced price range. The inverse inside of the newer fair value gap. And then I'd be looking to take partials at 1-to-1. So just above there. Just above London highs. I can roll up stops. Never swept London high. Okay, it'd be good if we could inverse this gap that we left here. Oh, there was news, yep. Okay, price is pushing. Actually curious to see what the data came out like. Actually, it looks like we had negative data for the ISM manufacturing. So now I want to see how that affects the setup here. We did get a slight close, but not really a true inverse there. It's kind of been chopping for the last 20 minutes here. Let's see the 5, the 15. I think my stop should be safe here, unless we are going to just look to be bearish on the day. We already did sweep out these equal highs here. I'm definitely anticipating London to get swept for sure. London highs. Okay, possible turtle soup here. The 4-hour. See, we closed doji, and we haven't taken the 4-hour high yet, so I'd want to see this 4-hour low be safe. Could be missing something here though, and news could just be pushing price all the way down to my stop loss. Be unfortunate, we'll see. Again though, I'd be fine taking a loss on this because I like this setup. Checks all my boxes. Did the sweep and a break of structure up here, so there's a 2022 model. Tap back into it for value gap. This is BPR. I want to see that hold as resistance here. Can't believe we never tapped that draw. Wow. That's a tough one. Alright, so this is tough because we're so bullish. And, you know, there's the gap there that I think price is going to fill now, the new week opening gap. But the daily already did sweep the high. But I definitely think we could still go long from here. Although I'm going to take the loss and then move on to the next day. So now what I'm going to do is tape read the rest of the day. So took one loss there and very close to the first profit target, which, you know, sometimes that's just how it goes. No worries. Let's see here, 50-minute. I'm going to tape read this. Oh, yeah. So we just filled the new week opening gap. There's a 4-hour low taken. And now I think price could pump from here. So we will just see. I'm taking one trade. Whoa, what just happened? Is it a half day? It just pushed it to 6 p.m. That is really annoying. Okay, so nothing much to tape read there. All right, well, going to the next day. Move on. And now we sit here and wait because FX replay is slow. Okay. Give it a second here. On Monday. Go to next day. Open. Okay. Now I think this draw should get hit. We've already came down to sweep here. With a 4-hour. That's just atrocious. Took out all this liquidity and then did nothing. 1 hour is trending up. So we're still in this uptrend here, which is cool. So I'm kind of looking for the same exact thing that was yesterday. Still in that monthly for value gap. Yeah. Weekly, daily, hour, 1 hour. We should be set to pump here. There's no news today either, so purely technical. So I'm gonna wait for a setup. There, if it doesn't give me any setup, if we just pump here, then that's that. Swing high there. I got two profits targets here. Okay, open is pumping. We'll see what happens. Nothing for us yet. I have to refresh because FX replay likes to push my buttons. Play. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Because if we don't get a pullback, I'm not trading this. First presented fair value gap though, right here. It's filled. Okay, tap into the fair value gap. If this fair value gap holds, then there could be opportunity here. Not gonna be A plus, but so I don't know if I'd take the trade here. This is unfortunate because I think realistically I would take a trade off of this, but let's just see how this plays out. If I were to. Lows. This would be good RR. This already is 2. I enter on this candle. We'll see how this plays out. Not entering anything, just tape reading it. Pretty high target up there. This is this. Done. I do expect price to pump off of this, just being how bullish we are. But we could see a rebalance to equilibrium here. Into like a 15-minute order block, not bad. Candles are weird. It would have been stopped out there. The manipulation, we just inverse this gap now. So now we need to see something that gives us confirmation to go long, because otherwise we might sell off the equilibrium here. Still remaining with the bullish bias on the day, but given the circumstances, you have to do what you have to do. So first presented fair value gap has been inversed now. I want to see if that holds. Taking out equal lows here, minor liquidity pool. Let's see. We never really swept anything of interest other than there's these highs right here, which had already been swept out. It's like at 6 p.m. that was the open. So now, I mean, it still looks like we're on buy side of the curve for sure. And sticking with the bias again. Could potentially inverse this 5-minute. Could be good to go long. Overlapping gaps here. So we're kind of fighting in there. Okay, price inverse. Changing the state there. Alright, let me see if there's an SMT, because this could be a potential A+ then. Holy moly. Go to the 5-minute just to even read this. Weird. Thinking about changing to TradeZilla, because FX replay has been bugging out like this real bad. Any SMTs? Doesn't look like it now. So if we don't have an SMT, this wouldn't be maybe higher time frame. And I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's not great, I guess, as far as SMTs go. But let's see the internal model, see if this plays out. Let's kind of take it a bit slower here. Like if I had to trade, I'd want to look for something like this. Gives you like 2R. It's not bad. See how that plays out. Say I enter on the next candle close. Or the next candle open, I guess. Okay, enter there. See what happens. Not actually placing a trade on this, looking for only A+ setups. Let's speed this up a little more. I want to see if this plays out. Just kind of tape reading right now. The price is moving really weird. I don't know if this is just FX replays data or if the candles are actually closing like this. But I mean, this looks awful. Lots of no body closes here. Let me get that off my screen. Okay, 10 a.m. just opened here a few minutes ago. And take a look at the 4-hour. I think we're gonna expand here. I think we should just continue this expansion. I think I just got triggered though. Stopped out. Yep. Okay, stops there. See, it's hard to look for sells when we're just so bullish overall. I mean, this price action is not great. This is the 4-hour. It's a lot of wicks. Not blaming it on price action, but it is annoying, to say the least. Okie dokie here. Just tape reading this. See, I'm not even looking for reasons that price is selling off right now because I'm still bullish on the daily. Never ran a daily high or low. It's been chopping. Okay. Sell side pool ran. We're going to continue dumping. It's not even that I'm trying to marry a bias. It's just we are so bullish on the higher time frames. Like, look at the weekly. It's tough because the weekly highs already been ran. And we're in this monthly for so this is just, these are conditions that I personally would not be looking to put on size in. And there might be a SMT at the highs, I'm not sure. Not really worried about it. But could be a long opportunity if price does come down to sweep out some of these lows in this area. So we'll look for that. But this low. Just being patient here. Not looking to take any trades. Just tape reading this for now. Just gonna speed this up a little bit because price isn't doing nothing. At this point, I just wait for the new 4-hour to come out because this is dog water. Like, what is this? And yeah, we're moving down. Okay, these levels might get swept now finally. So, and okay, where's the shift happen? What is going on? It goes from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Like, what is this? My FX replay is actually tweaking right now. It's so annoying. I guess we're just banned from PM session. That's annoying. Very annoying. Alright, come on. Go the next day open. You can do it. Alright, now we're going back to the 4-hour. Okay. Tapped into this larger time frame imbalance. Never swept the low on there. Swept hourly highs, okay. So I'm just gonna play this out because I'm looking for the same thing I have been. Sticking to the bias. Second. New York just opened. Be flying here. I'm looking for a setup. Okay. Oh, I gotta stretch out a little. Oh, damn. You can get outside. Okay, so price is just flying. I mean, we never swept down here. Probably an SMT. Broke structure here. Already swept out London highs. So I need some sort of pullback to trade this. So I'm going to speed price up a little bit. Still pretty salty about that A plus setup that I took Monday. Everything was there. And I almost hit TP1. So there's that. Okay. If we could get a pullback into this first presented gap, that'd be nice. There's still so many levels that price can go to take here. I think we're just going to be bullish on the day. And it's price action like this that gives me FOMO. And so it's good that I'm trading through this because, I mean, sure, there's a pullback here, but that doesn't mean there's a model present. And the order flow is obviously bullish, but I need more than just that because I'm trading A plus setups. If this was different circumstances, I could have just went long on open. It's not like necessarily an A plus setup here, but I think we take it to the 5-minute. That looks pretty clean. Swept this low. Break of structure. Changing the state held. And now price is just flying. Okay, so there's target 1 taken. No entry for me, fortunately. And I guess no PM session. I've been banned from PM session. Also, what was the news for today? I know there was something. Oh, FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m. OPEC meetings day 1. There's really nothing there. I still have targets to be hit, but we've already moved from the open. We've already moved 400 points, so 400 ticks, at 100 points. The price is just pumping right now. We could maybe look to get some sort of entry at 10 a.m. if price pulls back a little more. I want to see like a 5-minute fair value gap get tapped into, so I guess that would be right here. That sweep here. Maybe we can get a close of the change in the state. This would be okay. That was not bad. See, now we are seeing resistance though to the upside, so maybe we swept something. Yep. Those highs. So now 2 targets have been met actually. And this 30-minute candle closed extremely bullish through the 4-hour. 4-hour completely flipped. Oh, God, this is a tough one. I want to go long here, but it's not A plus. I could do lower size. It's like a 0.25%. But so say I got tapped into here, something like that. We never got a close with a change in the state, so I never would have entered. But I do want to see how this would play out. We're lacking price to go higher right now. So possible sells if we don't hold past this change here. Or this 5-minute change. Okay. Did get a close right here at the change, so a little pullback, and then price could go up here from now. I never swept these highs. So I want to see if this is going to hold. Or if we would be stopped here. It's like, no, I would like to take a trade, but as soon as 10 a.m. hit, I mean, price isn't doing anything right now, so let's see. Created the low of the candle. We've already swept the high, unfortunately. I really want to see this target get hit, though. We'll see how this actually plays out here. Okay, now we're seeing some efficiency. I'm gonna speed this up a bit because there's no entry for me here. Nothing A+. I'm really just trying to target or see how many A+ setups I could find in a week to a month. Right now I'm doing a week, so this is the third day. We saw one A+ setup, and we did get stopped out on it. And price, I mean, I was just wrong on the trade, so that's how it works. That's how it goes. Part of trading, being wrong. Speeding this up a bit more here. I want to see if this will go to full target, because this is 2.5 hour, and that's not bad. Me clashing with anything over here. 15 minutes. And there's a pretty big 15-minute order block that we did tap into. 30. Same on the 30. So higher time from order block. Looks like that's what price is reacting off of potentially. Yeah, it would have been stopped there. So let's see what we could have gotten out of this trade. 1-to-1 would have taken partials. It's not bad. This is just not ideal though. I mean, really, because the order block, you know, obviously that makes sense. I didn't mark it out, but there is that order block there, but it even shows up on the hourly. Yeah, this last up close, I mean, even here too, last up close candle before we sold off for a bit. So this is going to be a high resistance area, and now we're rebalancing the equilibrium. So this could be a good PM session trade. Let's see if it actually lets me go to the PM session today. I'm not looking for a trader outside the kill zone there. Okay, well, we made it. Looks like we're going to make it to 1 p.m. That's a plus. Alrighty. 2 p.m. We made it. Let's check out this 4 hour. Wow. 4 hour is not very nice to me. But we could look for daily highs here now. Sorry, just the high of the day. Okay. New 4 hour candle. Price is pumping. Let me see if there'd be like an entry on a 5-minute level. Wow, that's a big wick. There's a 5-minute for value gap holding here. And mitigated. So I want to see if this actually stays respected. Okay. So we did inverse this on the 1 minute. So price might just sell off here. But if we come back up here and actually hold this, this could be a good, this could actually be a good long here. Something like this. And this would give us 2.6. That's not bad. I think this is A+. But we'll see. Let's just see how this plays out. See, the 15 minute is just atrocious, though. This is not good. I mean, yeah, we're still trending, but look at the bodies. They're trading sideways, and we're just manipulating. And with the 5-minute, I mean, this is just not ideal price action. Yeah, what do we got in rinse there? See, this is just really discouraging at the end of the day, because like I'd like to be looking for A plus setups. Obviously, I'm looking for them. There's nothing there, so another day, no trades. Just testing the waters out here, trying ideas. Nothing, not entering anything. So yeah, we'll just tape read through the rest of PM session here to clear off the charts. A little too messy. I got an inverse here. 1 minute. See if we can get a pullback or anything like that. 5 minute change here. Pull back into the gap. There's another 5 minute gap right here too. And now we're in the last hour. I guess the last 2 hours of the day. So we might actually see a push up to these highs now. There's lots of manipulation here. I mean, we rebalanced EQ, so it makes sense. It's a reason for everything. It's just sometimes the PA is not your friend when you're looking for strictly A plus setups. I don't see anything A plus in here. I mean, we got the inverse, rebalance back into a 5 minute inefficiency, but would you want to be in this trade? Not really. Not ideally, no. Let's see if this holds. Nope. So I mean, everything's just being disrespected right now. I guess this might actually hold a little bit, but now it's already 4 o'clock. We have less than an hour before the end of the trading day. So ED array is being disrespected. 1 minute looks like dog water. This is just not ideal conditions. Like I wouldn't be looking for an A plus setup within these conditions. And now the next day open. Okay. Asia open. Okay, we're clearing it off, scratching that. Let's go the next day. Kind of surprised. Well, I guess it's FOMC meeting minutes. But now we're going into Thursday. Price up. The price fell off a cliff, it appears. I might have to switch my bias because this monthly fair value gap is really doing some damage here. It's also the lower wick on the monthly, so 4 hour daily, okay. The daily fair value gap inverse 4 hour. So if we get a close below this, like this 4 hour change, I'd 100% switch my bias. But let's see. Now we're inverse from yesterday. I already swept the previous day low. So this would just be wait for open. Could completely reverse this. Or we could flip and go higher. So I'm just gonna be pretty patient here. Oh, yeah, Thursday, OPEC meetings, non-farm employment change, unemployment claims, ISM services PMI, and Jolt jobs opening. So, a lot of news there, a lot of red folder news. See it open here. So this other news is at like 8. So that's what pushed price down, and then we just have to worry about 10 o'clock news. So I'd be looking for a trade around 10 o'clock. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Possible sweep there, turtle soup. Or we're just going to continue bearish. If that's the case, that's fine too. Okay, let me see what price is doing here. So this could be manipulation because we swept to this high. Turtle soup. Alrighty, so now we've had a sweep of a high, break of structure here, market structure shift potentially, breaking out of this range here. Now I would just need some sort of PD rate to pull back into, just like this fair value gap potentially. I'd look for an SMT. Yep, that fair value gap closed. Maybe if we do retrace back into this right here, we're looking to go long. Sorry, short. I actually like this setup a pretty good amount. Check out S&P. Where are you sitting at? Oh, also just fell off a cliff. There is a bearish SMT here as well, so I might actually enter this. Inverse. Market structure shift. Oh, I never got the entry though. Okay, let's see here. Alright, I'm going long. Sorry, I'm going short here. I should have thought this was going to get respected. I might actually be cooked here. I'll see. Bearish SMT though. Could help. Might get cooked here. Everything's there for me to want to take this trade though. I just didn't wait for full confirmation. But it's, yeah, right now it's hard to be bullish when these levels down here that need to be taken. And 10 a.m. news is going to be coming out as well, so really should have been waiting on this one actually. Got a little too hasty with it. My stop's above the fair value gap there. Still only risking 0.5%, which is nothing crazy. Manage that. Okay. Saw some displacement, which is nice. Here. I might cover my stops, or at least lower my stops when 10 a.m. hits. Okay, price is pushing down. If we can get farther away from here, then yeah, I'd definitely be covering some of my stops here in just a few minutes. Already pull that down. About 4 minutes to see what news does to me. Right at 1-to-1, I might take partials then. So I'm gonna cover stops. We can get a down close candle here. Take partials. What are we sitting at right here? 0.68, not good enough. I'm gonna put stops back up here. News might push price lower, which would be great. Okay, we're partialing out here. We're gonna take half off. And then we can put stops break even. Now there's no risk on the table. I'd want to see full TP get hit. I should be fine risking just a little bit. Yeah, it's like a 5-minute high, I believe. 15. Okay, 15's dumping. Falling off a cliff like that. Like to see that. Now the reason I switched my bias is due to the higher time frames because of the daily. Daily failed to go higher. We never swept that high, so there's no point to keep on targeting that draw. 4 hour. We're obviously pretty bearish there as well, so just kind of going with what the market's telling me. Could cover stops at this gap maybe. What are we sweeping here? Some minor liquidity on the 1 hour. Into, yeah. Might be the low of the day, we'll see. Still gonna hold this though. Still pretty early yet, it's 10:20. I've been in this for, 40 minutes. So just waiting. I'd like to see a little more efficiency to the downside here. Really want to target this change here. Potential turtle soup right here. Nope, we're getting bought back up. Alright, taken out there. So what was the max that we could have? 1 to 5, 1.5. Still, I mean, it's not ideal. Going for 3R. Let's just see if this would have played out if I wouldn't have moved stops at all. Sometimes I'd be doing that, and I shouldn't. See if this played out. Because then at this point, all we did was rebalance delivery. Let's see. Still took profits on the trade, which is nice. So lost one, we've won one. And we got stopped out with a little bit of profits on that second part of the trade. So no worries there. Still take this as a W on the day, but it looks like, yeah, that might be the low of the day there that got put in. Ooh, I've already been testing for about an hour. Yep. I might have to call it here. Hungry, it's dinner time now. Okay. So far, we've taken 2 A+ setups. Nothing great. Crazy. Okay, for the rest of the day, I don't have any conviction to even keep watching this. We're going to skip to the next day, speed run through that. This is Thursday, so we're going to do the Friday, and then I'm going to log off here. Probably look at where the Nasdaq's currently sitting. Looks like we had some 8:30 news. Let's see what that was about. Yeah, we had average hourly earnings month over month, and non-farm employment change, so NFP, and unemployment rates. So it was a big news week. I'm really surprised that price wasn't more efficient than it was. But we'll resort back to the daily here. We know what the monthly looks like. Looks like the daily is actually being rejected here to go higher. Forward came and swept. We might just be targeting these lows then. We will see. We will see. Bigger 5-minute inefficiency. This was news, so we dumped all the way down to data lows, rebalanced. Could even see this be like a partial daily low. Previous daily low. So let's just see how market opens here. Oh my god. Hi. Alrighty. Swear I'm not losing my mind. See if we get the first presented fair value gap here. Structure here. Got a sweep. This would have been a break and then a pullback into a higher time frame inefficiency. It's like the 5-minute works for this. And we're going to speed this up a little bit so we actually get to open. Okay, first presented fair value gap. So we've already seen market manipulation before open, which is fine. We swept out these highs. Possible SMT. Actually, yeah, it looks like there is an SMT here. Bearish. Sweet. I'd be looking to sell here. We have the SMT. We've already seen quite a bit of manipulation with news, and it's Friday, so not going to be, if I do put on some size, it won't be anything crazy. So now what I'd want to see for the sweep of these minor lows, minor highs, I'd want to see like a change in the state here. Enter short. I need to see it close below that on the 5-minute. And if not, I'm going to speed this up because I'm going to wait for the first 5 minutes for sure. This could just be extra manipulation. We might just go higher today. Although the sell side liquidity is looking pretty juicy down here. Pretty juicy. So maybe trade all the way down to 15K. Okay, first percent for value gap mitigated. We're disrespecting it now. This could just be the manipulation. Still waiting because this 5 minutes holding. Okay, this 5-minute candle's about to close here. Check that out. Wow. Market's playing games right now. There might not be anything for me. This is still technically holding though. This first presented for value gap. So we've already come up, tapped into it. So I would need to see like a pretty deep close below this to even look for something over here. SMT is still intact, should be. Okay, there's the close. Looking to target all the way down here and take partials at half. But not entering it. I still need to see a better, I need to see a close lower because that's not very convincing. So taking her slow, first percent for value gap, rejecting. I'm going to get ready to place an order. This could be the failure high here to sell off. I'm going to lower the risk on here. It's a Friday, 0.25. And what is risk percent? 0.25. Yeah. What is wrong with this thing? 0.25. Yeah. So make sure it's set there. Not very convincing. Let's before we enter anything, let's look at the higher time frame again. This 4-hour looks sad. So we've already swept these highs, so I don't want to see price go any higher than this. We're gonna order block. Tapped into this order block. And there's a 4-hour gap there. I really don't want to see price go higher from here. So yeah, sure, I would have been stopped out there, but now we're gonna have to wait for a new entry anyways. So yeah, there honestly might just not be anything for me. We could just be looking to take these highs from data highs, but if that's the case, beats me because we went high, and we took out data low. And this was a sweep of liquidity. I think that this could just be opening manipulation here. Just from the open in general. Just taking our time here. There's no point in forcing a trade. Kind of the whole point of this, taking A plus. So now I actually would like to see where I could have entered long here, because there's no sweep down here. I guess a turtle soup down here if you really want to look at this super minor pool. And then there's a pullback into this after we inverse the opening gap, the first percent per value gap. Now on the 5-minute, now we're inversing this gap here. I don't have conviction to go long right now because of where we're sitting on the 4-hour. I'm sure we could go all the way up to take here. Yeah, new 4-hour open. Maybe we get a pullback, then we do go long. But this gap is still holding, so I need to wait. And I am getting pretty darn hungry. Need to eat some protein. I'll make some burgers and some steak. Maybe a potato or something. Pretty good. Alright, let's just test something like this. This gap here. That. On. Blast all out of here. And what would be my validation point for this? If we get the change down here, then I would like to go short. So yeah, this is a tough one. This also could just be internal range liquidity, as in this 5-minute fair value gap that needs to be filled for then price to actually go short here. I'm not trying to flip my bias every 10 seconds, but sure we're still on buy side range, but we're also still trending down, and this liquidity sweep is what pushed price back down. And it's 10 now. Okay, there we go. There we go. There's some efficiency within the markets. Now we have a full-on manipulation here. And if price can close maybe something around here, look into a short, pull back into it for value gap. Something like this too. It's 3R. I would argue that everything I need is here. On a little bit of size here. 0.25. Just a little bit. I want to see this thing sell off. Is it A plus though? Let me see. We did just inverse this 5-minute. Alright, we're entering here. Not an ideal entry, but make it work. I'm starving. I need to speed run through this. Oh my gosh. Are we really just gonna sweep up here and then sweep down here? Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well that wasn't... Oh, that's just wonderful. Alright, well, guess we missed the long entries there as well. That's fine. That's just... God, just maddening. Alright, so we took 2 losses and a win. 3 setups in a week, I'll take that. Really just working on taking less setups. Oh yeah, I'm not editing this video. If you want to watch it, feel free. But I'm logging off, gang. Real quick, let's go over NASDAQ where we're at right now. Look at the monthly. Okay, we have these monthly highs, a target weekly. This will be a new weekly high. Also this weekly high. This swing point up here. Daily. Yeah, we're bullish. I'm bullish. This is tough though. I mean, I'd like to see for the week something like this. Like where price taps down, takes out a low, and then keeps running higher. Because I mean, that's what we've been seeing. We've been pushed down, and we'll run higher. So maybe like the 4-hour for value gap or something. Already swept this low. Honestly, this right here is going to be a big indicator for me as to where price is going. So we come down here and then continue lower, then we have all of these levels that we could hit. But I mean, this is just kind of garbo price action. Looking at the 4-hour. 15. Come sweep Asia one more time, and then run higher. So I'm really not going to marry a bias going into the week. This is kind of just dog water, if you ask me. But we will see. There'll probably be some good setups to take this week. Anywho, I need to go eat some food. I've been running the session for over an hour now, and I'm starving. So I'll catch y'all later.